My video for March 12th, 2020 is number 3393. The title is Watching and Waiting for Someone to Understand Me. In 1969, the Moody Blues released a song written by band members Justin Hayward and Ray Thomas. Of course, I was still pretty young back then, idealistic and impressionable. The lyrics speak to me more now than they would have at that time. Watching and waiting for a friend to play with. I've been alone so long. Watching, waiting for someone to understand me. I hope it won't be long. As the days pass ever so slowly, I wait for real and positive change that would indicate answers to my prayers. I hang on to fading hope that my life will not have been lived in vain. For some, perhaps the trials of faith does work patience, but for me, it has reached the place of frustration. This leads to ever-increasing prayers for God to stop making excuses as to why the world is the way it is. Why are criminals in charge? Why does the concept of justice seem like a sick joke? I have many questions that begin with why. Most of my questions are born of frustration. Many friends do not understand at all, which is why I have withdrawn from so many. Oh, the agony of feeling as if I have wasted my life. I had started to write a totally different blurb on a totally different subject when I noticed a note to myself about the Moody Blues, which I think I must have written maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I had overlooked it. And I have lots of notes to myself with suggested titles, some of which will probably never show up as videos, but things that go through my mind that I actually take time to jot down. And I don't write down everything that comes to my mind. I'd be taking notes all the time because my mind is active. I know people say that the objective is to quiet the mind and to hear that still small voice. Well, I've been listening to that still small voice throughout my life. And sometimes it's a voice that brings peace, but more often than not, it's a voice that raises questions. Where are you, God? Do you hear me? Why aren't you answering? No is not an answer. Wait is not an answer. I've spent my whole life since I was a little boy with this dream of heaven on earth. Is that an impossible dream? Does life have no meaning? Lots of questions. And that's what I do. I ask lots of questions. I ponder things. And as I said in the blurb, and as I've said in other videos recently, and who knows how far back some of them go, some of my friends seem to think that, there are political solutions, that somehow if we only get Democrats back in, it's going to undo some of the damage Trump has done. Or other friends say, well, we're glad Trump is in because he's going to actually bring the positive changes that are needed for the world. But as I keep saying in regard to Trump, why is he aligned with so many criminals? Why are so many criminals on his staff? Why? Lots of whys, lots of questioning. Because I feel at times that my life could end at any minute. Well, it actually can, not could. It can end at any minute. I don't know. Sometimes I wake up with pains in my arm or my chest or my groin. Not so much actually my groin. I don't know why I said that, because it doesn't really fit the reality. But in my lower abdominal region, and it could just be indigestion or something, or the need to go to the bathroom. And I chuckle. And I need to have times when I can just laugh. But I don't see life as being very funny, actually. And I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. In this moment, I feel like I'm reaching out to a God that may not even exist. I'm asking and seeking and knocking, but not hearing and finding. The door is closed, tight, shut. It's as if no one hears me. It's as if I'm all alone. Yes, I'd like to have a partner that I could share more intimate moments with. It would help a lot. But there's nobody even in my scopes, as it were, that would be a potential partner, that would be able to help me balance things a little bit more than what they are balanced right now, and what they've been, how they've been unbalanced for so long. Because I would still want what I've always wanted. And I guess you could say the underlying thing is I want my life to have had meaning and still have meaning. I'd like to undo some of the damage that has been done to my body through the operations and maladies that I've had to suffer with, as far as having a heart murmur and other problems that still seem present. I still take my blood pressure every day, and actually it's very rarely out of a normal and decent range. On occasion, if I've got a lot of stress going on, it might be a little bit higher. I don't write down those numbers. I usually just wait a little while and breathe into it, and take another reading, and almost inevitably it's going to be more what I would consider a normal range. Anyway, folks, I am Moody. I have the blues. When I'm going to get out of that, I don't know. I don't know. But I'd like to have answers. I'd like to see results. I'm tired of promises that remain unfulfilled. I'm tired of praying to a creator that doesn't seem to care. And I hope I can find some friends, especially a significant other friend, who I can dance with and create good times with, because I think that would go a long way to helping me create a more positive attitude and get out of the doldrums that I seem to have been sunken into for such a long time. Anyway, I thank you for listening to me sing the blues, except I'm not singing, I'm only talking. Peace. Namaste.